Time's up. Let's do this.
So here we have a show match, or rather a second game between two teams. Wikicafe on Team Valor, Team Glory. We will have FrozenPulse from Singapore. Wikicafe is from the Philippines, and huge shout out to both teams, Wikicafe and FrozenPulse, for agreeing to be on this show. Every single week, we have Strife Smackdown bring you two different teams. And the main reason that we're doing this is because we're going to try and just give exposure to whoever that wants to be on this platform, that whoever that wants to be on the show, just come up here. It's a very friendly game. You also get a chance to appear in the podcast post game, which will just help you, explain your team's agenda a little bit, and maybe just a very healthy talk going down there. So on Team Glory side, we have FrozenPulse playing as Melody, Ice Bubble here, Ventus playing as Jinshi, Kyra playing as Lady Tinder, Ace being played by Dai, Clandestine here is going to be playing as Saruk, and that's the interesting, scary Vermilion from Game 1. And in Game 2, on Team Valor side, we've got a mixture of Filipinos there. And playing as June would be... playing as Shang would be June. Playing as Vermilion, Sin right now. Trying to match up the Vermilion from Game 1. We've got Nikolai being played by Magical Rainbow. Blazer being played by Nephilim. As well as Papel onto Blazer onto the Bastion once again. So that said, we have Wikicafe from the Philippines taking up Team Valor. And if you look at the lineup once again, you have got some pretty sick combo on Team Glory side. They've got some really sick skills there. Jinshi, Melody, Ace, and Tinder. Utility based, pushed to its maximum. And for Team Valor, you've got substantial tank. You've got that Shang, you've got that Nikolai. Shang and Nikolai gonna fulfill the whole CC role, or rather the utility role for the whole team. You've also got dual carry, Blazer, as well as Vermilion. Vermilion a little bit more intensive than Blazer, and Bastion soloing out that part of the tank there. So generally, hands down, you're gonna see, Team Wikicafe going really ham on FrozenPulse. They're just gonna go ham on these ladies here, just going in, dealing all those damage. You got 3 tanks effectively on Team Wikicafe side, so they are not afraid to take team fights.
Arise, chosen.
And I think that's what's really good about that lineup there. For Team Glory, really you're gonna have to just rely on that Ace, which I think it's a little bit tricky. So Glory has definitely the ability to take most ganks, but if they want to take team fight, they need to make sure that Ace is in the perfect positioning, and also to make sure that Jinshi goes with a little bit more utility based item than anything else. So first up, items wise, we're going to see pretty standard stuff on both sides. Nothing scary coming up. Bastion not opting for anything just yet. And it seems like they're going to go for a 5-man pop train coming in here from Team Valor. Ventus might just be spotted out here by Bastion. Here comes the procs quickly, and Blazer gonna go in there quickly, doing some damage on the Iron Cannon. That's about a Whirlwind connects on just one. Other than Slam gonna be used as well. Not enough damage being used there as well. We got also the Cat Pad being used. So Ventus gonna be a runaway. Byweight connects on the Bastion, dealing some damage there. But Blazer drops to just about 70% right now. And Nephilim is a little bit of a trouble so far. But I like to see the fact that they were able to just disengage quickly, coming up from FrozenPulse. They know that they cannot take a team fight that's got so much people there. Just because your opponent's gonna outlast you in that team fight, they're just gonna tank so much more. And once they do that, it's gonna be really hard for you to try and come back into this game, because they're just gonna keep ganking and really just keep pushing, going for those team fights, and it's crazy. Here we have the top lane, laning wise decided by both Lady Tinder and Ace, all the way up here in the top half of this map for FrozenPulse. For Team Wikicafe, we've got that Nikolai and Bastion. And I don't like this. And I'll tell you why later. Meanwhile, mid lane, we've got Jinshi, Melody, mid, and that's good. On the other hand, on Team Valor side, you got the Blazer and Shank, which is pretty fair. Down south, it's going to be the Vermilion, as well as a Rook. Right, so let me tell you why I don't like this. Now, Blazer is effectively going to have a lot more space to gank if she's been given a top lane. And really, personally, I feel that Nikolai should be the one in the mid lane there, because Nikolai does have that Relentless Might as well as Ground Storm from Shank. You're expecting some really good damage coming up there. It's not to say Blazer is not so good in the mid lane. Yes, you have some ability there to try and make sure you get those skills off, but what you want is space to farm on Blazer. What you want is trying to make sure that you get some extra items there as well. If you look at the whole lineup for Wikicafe, you've got interesting heroes so far, and straight up I just tell you the Bastion isn't important. It will not be prioritized most of this game. But Nikolai is just very important. So Nikolai would be the priority farm in the mid lane. And having Blazer top, you get some really good items up on your potential second carry, which is why I think that Nephilim should be at the top lane. Meanwhile, on the flip side, if you look at FrozenPulse laning, you got a Melody and Jinshi here, and those two are really just gonna devour Blazer for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's just crazy. You got Whirlwind landing, you got just Jinshi dealing Everthirst Flames, whirling Embers, just jumping in, dealing damage, and Blazer's not the most tank of heroes. So this is why I don't like that. Meanwhile, if you look at top lane, it's just an Ace as well as a Tinder. That's not a lot of damage. No. Bindweed might just lock you in place. Ace jumps in, Avalanche, Spinsicle, not the most damage. Pre-6, right? Which is why I think that you have Blazer up here. Blazer's gonna survive a little bit longer as compared to in the mid lane. Whereas Nikolai is just a tank. It's gonna be even better if you have Bastion's supporting Blazer, because by then Bastion's not gonna have the ability to wonder about, you know, what kind of a position Bastion's playing. Bastion should go for a straight up Zedek charge and might just want to try and gank a little bit more than farm, or rather stay in lane there. So that's a little bit of a huge shout out for the people who made this show possible. We've got Wayne helping me, making sure that the teams come and play, as well as Gian. Both of these guys are fantastic. They allowed, or rather, they're the one who just linked these teams up, and yeah, huge shout out to those guys there, as well as a shout out to all the viewers who are tuning in to the channel for Strife. Be sure to tune in every single Tuesday night for Strife Smackdown. We're gonna showcase teams from Southeast Asia, teams from everywhere else in the world, and it's gonna be a heck of a night. Here comes the Spinsicle being used already. Some damage being dealt there, all the way up there, and the top lane. Mid lane wise, we're going to see Ice Bubble on the Melody, as well as Jinshi dealing some damage, farming up. Bottom lane, Clandestine and Edru going to try and just farm up as much as she can, in fact. By the way, FrozenPulse, in case you guys haven't realized it, it's an all-girls team from Singapore. And they are real, right? I have to stress this, they're real. So, Wikicafe on the flip side, they are guys, standard gamer dudes there from Philippines. And they have so far done a spectacular job with those synergy combos coming out from the first game. Looking forward to that in the second game as well. Now I'm receiving some comments that you guys want to join the show, right? So you can do this very simply by sending us an email, which is which you can see the email link below the stream. It's epicgamingtvn@gmail.com. Just send a little bit of an introduction about your team, where you're from, and who is in your team, as well as just how often you guys play Strife. And yeah, we'll be very happy to have you guys on the show. So that's gonna be enough for shoutouts here. Gonna go back into this game. Top lane seeing some damage being dealt already. Bastion, unfortunately, not gonna do much of his stuff there. And Spinsicle coming up from that Ace, dealing some damage. Meanwhile, mid lane, we're seeing a bit of the Shank Blazer action coming out a little bit. And bottom lane, Clandestine still farming away. So GPM wise, already can see Shank dealing a lot of extra farm here. Generally, I think it's because they just took the NC. Yep, and I think that's actually working out really well for them. Meanwhile, you know, also seeing that they got your Jinshi with that Everthirst Flame dealing some damage there. And Whirlwind is gonna connect. Theta shot gonna go down as well. Jinshi getting locked down. There goes the ground stomp. And Jinshi a little bit of trouble so far, but it seems like June should be able to pull back just in time. And Nephilim also gonna be a run away. Meanwhile, top lane, not much of an action so far. This is to be expected coming from Wikicafe because they've got 3 heroes playing as the absolute tank in this game. So Dark Storm gonna be used here. Ice Bubble dropping really low. But Melody should be in a pretty good spot. Whirlwind, not used. Oh my god, dropping. Last hit. Golden Gate a little bit too slow. What a misplay it is from Melody. Venta is going to use that pad now. And they're going to be able to try to deal some damage. But that's going to be a double tap for Shank. You got to be kidding me. 2 kills already 2 minutes in. And both due to the misplays. Crazy, crazy stuff. Meanwhile, you're looking at top lane. Ace there dropping very low. Lady Tinder with those heals gonna try and make sure that she levels the playing field here. Trying to make sure that Ace gets a little bit of the space just to go in and farm. But if you've got a range here on Tinder, I'm not worried about the farm here so far. And here comes the flank. Melody. Big misplay previously by Ice Bubble. Here comes the jump. They're gonna go into the shrubs here a little bit. Ace, Avalanche jumps in. Spinsicle's out of nowhere, and now a little bit of trouble there onto the Bastion. There goes the Dark Storm and Golden Gate. Not gonna be enough. Nikolai, Relentless Smite being used there. Die, still going in. Spinsicle now connects on Bastion. And we have the Avalanche in just about 5 seconds, but they are just gonna disengage and pull back there. Yep, they wouldn't have picked up the kill. Good call. Here comes also Blazer. Die, a little bit of trouble, but if they disengage, they shouldn't be in a position. Tether shot's gonna miss. Avalanche being used as well just to disengage once again. Meanwhile, Jinchi's having the time of his life here, all the way at the mid lane. Bottom lane, meanwhile, is just seeing Clandestine farming and Vermilion potting all the way back home. So Vermilion, a little bit of trouble there. Managed to win back home safely, which is good. And we've got a little bit of a challenge here on the NC. So there goes the Whirling Embers, Avathar's Slim as well, and Darkstorm being used. Best a little bit of trouble. Golden Gate, fantastic skill there being used. Jinshi picks up a double kill. So far, we've got Team Glory picking up all the fair amount of kills up against Team Valor. 2-2 right now. Looks like it's gonna be a fair game. And mid lane once again, Melody gonna try and sling back here. Top lane, pretty fair. Now is where we look at a GPM once again. Shank's about 550 in. And this Shank Blazer combo, now I see why they pick Shank Blazer. It's because they are just able to go into NCs very quickly, pick up kills, and I think that's fair. That's very, very good. You've got an Ion Cannon and Ground Storm on both heroes, which is very, very fast to pick up NC heroes. And that's, sorry, NC creeps there, which is good. Top lane Spin Skull being used, disengage already. Meanwhile, down south, Clandestine still farming. GPM wise, if you compare carry against carry, you've got the Rook at just about 433, up against the Vermilion at about 390. Meanwhile, mid lane, Darkstorm and Jinshi out of mana there, so nothing much that Jinshi could do. Top lane, a little bit extra pressure being applied here, trying to make sure that they go in to secure the tier 1 damage. And wow, Whirling Ember, that's about a screen wide. Yep, meanwhile, Clandestine once again picks up the Vermilion down south, and that is by no stroke of luck there. You got Clandestine dropping really low, and she still managed to be able to keep alive at the end of that whole team fight. Crazy, crazy stuff here. Belder gonna get challenged by the Blazer Shank combo. Belder dropping to 50%, Shank tanking it up really well. Level 6 already. Ventus not 6 just yet. Ventus is on the Jinshi, actually level 6 right now. And we'll be jumping in. Ace goes in. Avalanche doesn't connect, but that is also the Spin Sickle. Golden Gate gonna try and split the fight into two. We've got Dai pulling back, and also the rest of Wikicafe coming from behind. Ice Bubble, a little bit of trouble so far. Ice Bubble dropping. Pile Driver up. Nikolai slams down at Jinshi. Jinshi uses the pad. Now gonna try run away. Jinshi gonna come back out once again. Shank, a little bit of trouble. Paddle picks up that Shank. Shank goes down. Jinshi still not dying yet. Kyra goes in for the heal, and quickly Jinshi pulls up alive. So what a team fight it is in favor for Team FrozenPulse. Not the way that Team Wiki expected it to be. Wikicafe there, you've got people onto the best in level 6 as well, but no Zedek charge being effectively used in a team fight, and also Chosen One wasn't used as well, so that's why it's pretty interesting to see. And they just gave off a free Baldir to FrozenPulse. This just meant that the gold graph is gonna look insane here. About 1.2k gold in favor for FrozenPulse. So far, 4 kills against the 2. 4 kills in favor for FrozenPulse, of course. 2 of which came from the bottom lane. So Clandestine soloing bottom, doing a really good job. And Cheese Shot being used there as well. Blazer now going to try and render a little bit of help down south. Meanwhile, Rook is dropping to just about 50% right now. Blazer is in this area. Vermilion now is going to play the bait. And we're going to have a little bit of a nice fishing game. So, oh, Whirlwind connects, and Jinshi, no mana on Jinshi. That's a little bit sad. Ground Stomp being used, but they will not kill Shank. Not yet. Meanwhile, down south, Tether Shot perfectly done, but a grapple hook Major Clandestine still alive, but it's not going to be enough. There goes Clandestine. And here comes also Sin, making sure he picks up the kill at the end of the day. Perfect skills being used there to try and tighten the gap. Of course, it's also the boost there by Vermilion. You've got that Fervor boost being made to use that fact that you've got that increased movement speed and unit walking. Meanwhile, Tauda's going down for bottom lane, and Chang goes in. Monocle connects on just Ventus, and here we have the Whirlwind. Whirlwind connects on 2, but Pile Driver already being used means that we have Nikolai safe, and Jinshi dropping. Jinshi might just run away. Last hit, don't block her, come on! And Jinshi will be fine. But Blazer from behind, Hunter Mood being used already. Jinshi's gonna regenerate. And we'll be able to pop back home. OOC kicks in. By the way, for all of you guys who don't know what OOC means, that means you are in out of combat regeneration. Ace now. Level 6. We have got some pretty fantastic ace in the hole waiting to be used here. Ice Bubble lands the Dark Storm. Whirlwind not used just yet, but here comes the Firefall, and here goes Jinshi. Whirling Embers misses. Everthirst Flame will connect. Avalanche as well. Spinsicle being used, but Firestarter wasn't being used in that area there, so it's really a little bit of a weird position. Firestarter not the best of all, but Melody gets reeled in there by Monocle on June, so that's fantastic. No follow-up, however, so no kill. Rook, meanwhile, gonna solo farm bottom lane, continuing the level advantage for Rook. Level 9 already. Vermilion is gonna rotate all the way here to the mid lane. Going in for the cheese shot. Rocket Jump still not used yet. Rocket Jump, good spot right now, but nope. There we go. Rocket Jump locking in on Jinshi. Jinshi heals up. Tinder's in his area, so they don't pick up the kill. And Blazer also not able to do much of anything so far. Dai gonna try and pull back on that ace. Meanwhile, Bastion as well as Nikolai just farming all the way up here in the top lane. So they're not able to pick up the tier 1 in the mid lane, and they will just not get anything from that team fight. Vermilion, meanwhile, goes back down south to join Rook in the bottom lane. And Clandestine just trying to make sure that she deals extra damage on the tier 1. And we've got also the top lane tier 1 going down. So that's 2 tier 1s for Team Wikicafe. It's going to be a double stun on Tinder, on Ace. Ace dropping. Ace 20% right now. Gonna try run away. Bastion having no skills up right now. Not able to do anything. No Zodiac charge. Breath of Oracle unfortunately wasn't being used in an instance as well. So we've got a little bit of the regeneration kicking in for Ace. It cancels it because of the fact it just deals some damage quickly. Petal being used just to force the quick disengage from Kyra. Kyra jumps in, very papers. Tinder gonna get locked in, but here comes Ace. There goes the Avalanche. Spinsicle not being used just yet. Kyra heals up, and we've got also Tinder pulling away just in time. Meanwhile, behind, Everthirst Flame. There we go. Firestarter being used as well, but where is the combo? Not being used effectively. Ventus with those whips not dealing damage, and it's not gonna be enough. So Beldur respawns here, and it seems like Wikicaf's gonna go in for that there. Meanwhile, Tinder is gonna try to solo top lane. This is not what you want to do as Tinder. Generally, soloing top lane is not good enough, I feel. Here comes the damage onto Jinshi. Beldur getting challenged already by Team Wikicaf. It seems like FrozenPulse has got complete, absolute 100% knowledge of this, or not. But Beldur goes down, now they know, a little bit too late. Ace jumps in with a little bit of a rocket boost, a quick dash as well, and there goes the Avalanche. Here comes the Tatter Shot, and Monocle brings him away. It's not going to be enough. Jinshi, no damage, Firestarter, where is it? It's still not being used, and there goes the extra kill. Nikolai brings Melody behind enemy lines, and she goes down as well. And there we go, Whirling Embers being used. Ventus now going to try and pull back, and 5 men still alive here. Too tanky, Vermilion goes in. Tinder seems like she's not going to be in a good position. Gonna have a little bit of trouble. Here comes the Tatter Shot, it is going to connect on Jinshi. They might just refocus. Jinshi has got a little bit more health, but will still be in a lot of trouble if there's still extra skill being used so far. They opted to go for the NC. The creep's looking a lot more delicious than Jinshi, somehow. And Rook just comes all the way up here to the top lane to just try and join the team fight. Finally, Rook's gonna be here, level 10. Very, very good level for Rook to join the team fight. Also, the Fell Blade is up, as well as Mystic Dagger. So that's some fantastic item already up on Rook. Tatter Shot misses absolutely there. And we've also got a little bit of deterrent skill coming up from the Ace. Whirling Embers being used. Spinsicle. Whirlwind misses. Firestarters all over the ground, but she's not using them yet. Other than Slam being used there. And the Monocle connects on Jinshi, gets reeled in. Ace jumps in an attempt to save her. Deliverance goes down as well, but Jinshi seems like a little bit of trouble so far. Magical Rainbow, and there goes the Pole Driver. It's gonna connect only on one, and that's gonna be Ice Bubble. Melody gonna try and run away now, dropping to just about 20%. It's not enough for a kill, but now Shank still gonna be able to try and tank up here. You got the rest of FrozenPulse alive. Jinshi unfortunately died there, wasn't able to proc that Firestarter. There comes extra damage on Ace. 3 tanks against 1. And the rocket jump misses. They thought they were gonna land on the moon. Unfortunately, they landed nowhere. Oh boy. So here comes the mid lane push once again, and Jinshi is gonna try and just concentrate here. Come on, I want to see some fire started all over the ground, but that's not gonna happen easily, is it? So here we can have Vermilion farming the NC. Very interesting choice of boots there. for Nikolai. He picks up the Warp Boots, which makes sure that he's going to be able to just TP a little bit. Petal being spawned here. Mid lane, Petal, fantastic push mechanic there. And it seems like Tower and Tier 2 there, sorry, Tier 1's going to get challenged. Whirlwind connects, and there goes also the bottom Balam on Bastion. Bastion's going to be able to try and run away. Darkstorm not being very effective. Petal finally goes down. 4 members on Wikicafe here. Shank, Monocle misses this time round. 5 members against 5. This is where I think Wikicaf's gonna have a slight advantage. They've got most of those ultimates up already. Whereas for FrozenPulse only 2. Ace jumps in. Nikolai, little locked out right now. There goes the Power Driver. He's gonna try and reel in there. But Bastion gets pulled in by Byway. Ace in the hole nails him. Die goes down. Meanwhile, Clandestine on the Rook. Also a little bit of trouble. Whirling Embers being used. Everthirst Flame. But where's the Firestarter? Not being used just yet. And there goes also the Whirlwind. Quickly, Firestarter was being used at the end there, but it's not gonna be in time. She just died there. Meanwhile, is 3 down for 2. This is why Wikicafe can take most team fights. For you guys who don't know what Firestarter is, it's actually a passive ability that spawns embers. And once you activate, it actually calls them all to yourself, so it deals 45 per ember. Can you imagine the amount of ember on the ground just now? It's more than the amount of money in my bank account. So here we have Baldur once again going to Team Valor, and that would be Wikicafe. So here we have, counting the score for kills, a total of 8 kills for FrozenPulse and a total of 9 kills for Wikicafe. A very close game so far, it seems. But we need to see a lot more synergy on FrozenPulse just to make sure that this draft actually works out well. And they're going to try and do a little bit of a push coming up from Wikicafe. Vermilion, meanwhile, being very sneaky, farming in the NC. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Rook there doing a pretty good job farming as well. Here comes the Darkstorm. And they're just gonna try and knock on this tier 1 here. Tier 1 for Wikicafe is, by the way, dropping very low. But here comes the Ace, jumps in, Spinsicle all the way there. And it's not gonna be enough for a kill just yet. But Die tanking up, 3 tank against 1. How can they do this to Ace? And here comes a little bit of nice last minute dash. The Power Driver connects on 1. Perfect Whirlwind on 3. And there goes the Firestarter. It's gonna deal a lot of damage. They're getting burned quickly there as well. Magical Rainbow dropping. Nikolai, last 2 or 3 hits. They're not gonna get that kill there. Bastion gonna try and pull back, but the Whirlwind connects, and here comes the Rook. The last 2 hits there, gonna pick up the Bastion. Finally, some kills for FrozenPulse. 1 kill it is from the big wombo combo team fight. You gotta be kidding me. Crazy team fight in favor for FrozenPulse there. They're gonna get the tier 1 as well, also successfully defending their own tier 1. Now gonna try and materialize the tier 2 push. Vermilion wasn't a part of that team fight, which is what Vermilion needs to be in that team fight. He's got a very good CC ultimate, the Rocket Jump. And I was counting on a big wombo combo coming up from Team Wikicafe, but they're just not able to do that somehow. So Ace now gonna try and go dance a little bit with the NCs. Melody gonna join him there as well. Top lane we got Tinder as well as Jinshi. I guess this is where we call it a break and look at items. So perfect item on Ace. Let me just tell you that the Rocket Boot Dash is just fantastic, as well as that Everwinter Chump. So that is the item I like to see on Ace a lot, because that means that he's gonna be able to slow them down. Spinsicle, as well as just Avalanche jumps in, Spinsicle once again, and that's gonna be a lot of damage coming from Ace. Syndara, meanwhile, is gonna get challenged by Wikicafe. And on Tinder, you've got some pretty good item. Mana Crystal, Wind Rush is good, actually, I think. And as here comes the Firefall, Jinshi jumps in, but Ventus dropping very, very low. Where is the support? A little bit too late. Here comes the tank, and he jumps in, deals some damage, dances there, kills 1, goes down as well. Monocle being used, Ice Bubble getting reeled in the last hit there from Blazers, snakes up the kill. Now Rook, Clandestine, this is not a Vermilion, picks up the Shank, not enough for a tank, goes down. They have got 3 tank, Vermilion and Red now gonna try and pick up the Lady Tinder there, and down goes Tinder. Triple kill for Wikicafe Sin.
2 for 2.
A lot of damage, but it's a team wipe.
They say three's company.
Bad decision-making skill there by Team Glory. You really don't want your Jinshi jumping in before the Ace. You really just want Ace to go in, then you have the Firefall to connect, and I think that generally Ace is just not able to catch up in time, so they should have gone in like that. That was Syndara plus 5 kills. You gotta be kidding me, that's a lot of money. So Jinshi does pick up the Stone Skin. Elder Stone this time around. It's a little bit different. Helps a little bit regeneration, but the Crone's now gonna get challenged, and Die jumps in. Perfect position for the Everwinter Chum, not used just yet. And there goes also a little bit of trouble. Pile driver on one. There goes Clandestine. The Rook gonna get zeroed in right here. Grapple hook not gonna get used. And Rook gonna go down. Meanwhile, Nikolai gonna try and tank a little bit. Krytos gonna try and knock on the tier 1 so far. Whirlwind gonna connect only on Magical Rainbow. Tattershaw catches Melody. And here comes Shank. Monocle not gonna be used, but Ground Storm is gonna be enough. And meanwhile, Jinshi with all those ambers on the ground still not gonna proc that fire starter so far. June gonna try and just dash around a little bit, looking for a position to try and put forth a hook in just 9 seconds. Not gonna be able to do that. Jinshi uses the pad, spawns an illusion, gonna try and run away. Krytos goes down, tier 2 gonna get challenged, tier 2 goes down. And that's gonna be again a 3 or 4 man wipe. For FrozenPulse, they go down in 4s and 5s. This is not gonna work for them. You've got also a little bit of challenge right now on Beldir. This would be the 3rd Beldir for Team Valor. Bastin, meanwhile, level 10. And like I said, this guy's not prioritized in this whole game. He's just being a tank. Just making sure that he goes in, deal some damage. Uses Chosen One to slow a little bit and deal 200 damage as well. And just to deal more damage. That's about it. Not much utility on that guy there. Personally, what's been slightly disappointing is just the mere fact that they're not able to combo well on FrozenPulse. You don't see the big ace jumping in on 3, the Melody coming to support. You just don't see, you know, stuff like that happening, and that's a big problem. They've got Tinder, they've got a healer there, and Die dropping 50% already coming just from just Vermilion and Blazer. We've got Nikolai in this area. Wikicafe coming in. Magical Rainbow looking for a position for the Power Driver. Not gonna connect. Monocle gonna connect on Jinshi. Jinshi gets locked down. Once again, Ace jumps into safer. Bind Wing connects on Nikolai. They bring down Nikolai, but Blazer comes in from behind. Jinshi dropping. No mana for spells whatsoever. Now Shank just clobbering Melody. Melody gonna be able to pull back. Clandestine, a little bit of trouble, but that's the carry. And someone saved the Rook. Down goes the Crow. Crow meat. No one likes that. Jinshi takes the fall. Spinsicle from Die. Not sure what she's doing. Down goes Tinder. And everyone's falling like flies so far. Melody goes down as well. Blazer come in. And that's the power of dual carry, ladies and gentlemen. It's another team wipe. Once again, when Wikicafe kills, they kills in 4 or 5s. So that's crazy. They kill in 4s or 5s, and you just don't know what to do. They've got 3 tanks there. Vermilion was comfortably hiding behind, dealing damage, squeezing off that cheese gun, and those cheese shots coming out as well. And FrozenPulse was just not able to do anything at all. Jinshi, I think that, you know, really she needs to moderate the usage of her mana a little bit. The fire starter could have been a lot of a great skill in that team fight. Firefall being used, she's jumping in again, hit strong into this one. Not able to tank up here. Ventus dropping, down goes Jinshi. Fire starter being used, dealing minimal damage somehow. Clandestine also takes the fall. Ice Bubble Melody goes down as well. 3 men down for FrozenPulse.
2 for 2.
And double kill there for Vermilion. Die jumping in, a little of a bad, you know, distant judgment there coming from the ace. Jenner now gonna get challenged. They don't even really need Krytos here. What can ace do? It can only look good so far. And Jenner now probably a little bit of trouble. Here comes the Spinsicle, and the Monocle will connect on Tinder. Tinder a little bit of trouble right now. Not gonna be able to pick up this skill easily, but Tinder is very near the crux already. So here we've got the Ace just trying to run away. Tinder with a little good stun there, but the last hit is just proving to be too much for Ace to deal with. And here comes also the Jinshi in position. 3-man Whirlwind, Dark Storm, Golden Gate, all being used. Ice Bubble, that's not a tank, that's a utility hero, and down she goes, slammed to the ground. What a kill it is. Seems like Thor just landed there somehow. And they're gonna knock on the Crux right now. 2 generators is gone already. FrozenPulse. They have tried their best, but it's not gonna be a Deliverance connects on only just Sin. Then Vermilion dropping. Vermilion goes down. Clandestine gets locked in. There's no hide and seek. She used that. She hasn't used that yet. It's just not opting to use that, it seems. And it seems like meanwhile we've got also Jinshi just boxing out the fellow members coming from Wikicafe. Fire starter all across the ground are embers right now. Still not being used just yet. Here comes the whirling embers. Everthirst Flame as well. And Die picking up Shank. One-on-one position all across this map so far. Jinshi with those whipping the Shank. Some really sexy action going on down there. June begging to be whipped. Not pulling back just yet, but the moment he saw that Ice Bubble come out, he's just gonna call it quit. We've got also Blazer in his vicinity. So far, item-wise, very nice to see Blazer's already got her very own Wound Splitter, as well as Grimoires. Those are, you know, items that really help Blazer a lot. And on the flip side, Vermilion Once again, Crushing Maze, Frost Prison, Demon Fang is already almost full. GPM wise, if you check, that's about 736 vermilion. Graph is just crazy. Let's just check on that as well. 25k, almost 25k gold lead for Wikicafe. Shank getting stunned by Tinder. Ventus once again, no mana on that one. Belder goes down. And it seems like Nephilim Blazer goes down as well. Here comes Stein. A little bit of trouble so far. Zing goes down. Down goes both carry. But there's also Blazer. Blazer takes the fall. June now going to try and pull back. Daigo's and Spensicle being used now. It seems like Shang. A little bit of trouble, but as well gets claw. But coming in from behind is Bestin. And there goes the Power Driver. Connects probably on two. Now only just on one. Ventus now going to try and do a little bit of damage. But there goes also the Thirst Flame. Embers on the ground. Fire starter being used already. That's not going to do much damage. They die. Going to try and tank. But this is 2 against 3 tanks. The meat cakes are here, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta be kidding me. Those are a lot of meat there coming in from Wikicafe, and it's just nothing Dai can do, nothing Ace can do. They just have got so much combined health added together. Ventus now gonna try and pull back. Ace dropping. The last 2 or 3 hits. Ace gonna get slammed up there by Relentless Might coming from Nikolai. Down goes the Ace. And now we've also got the Jinchi respawning. Sorry, Jinchi with the newly respawned Rook holding the front. 2 generators down. The third one at the top already at about 30%, maybe 45%, thereabouts. Crazy damage in this game. So Vermilion mid lane, a lot of items up already. A second, or rather second Sindara going down. Whirling Embers being used by Jinshi. Sindara goes down. Kratos will now spawn at top lane. And it seems like Deliverance was being used, but didn't really connect. Ice Bubble, a little bit of trouble. She shouldn't be here, but there goes the Whirlwind. It's not going to be enough. Down goes Melody. And Ventus now going to try and whip the hell out of the Bastion, but I don't think it's going to really have an impact there. Ventus, a little bit of trouble. Body blocking action being used. June there, a little bit of trouble so far. And Jinchi takes the fall. Now Ace turn is not looking like Ace can actually hold this front. Vermilion picks it up with a critical hit there.
And he's 2 for 2.
And they're still going to try and push the generator. Krydo is going to try and come up from the top lane. Generator going to get challenged from the top lane as well. They might just go for Crux in seats. Yep, so Crux is going to get challenged here. Chase shot being used. Not really very useful there, but Bastion going to try and tank. Bastion goes down. Crux gets challenged, and Crux goes down. So it seems like Wikicafe is going to get a second game as well. FrozenPulse loses 2-0. But what a showcase match it is. The team from Philippines is just so good. You've got a complete awesome, strength, or rather tank strategy coming from them. Really good damage as well. Vermilion coming in. Blazer as the second carry. And you just saw the mere fact that Jinchi wasn't able to take down 3 tanks. Like, there's no way that Jinchi can kill 3 tanks by herself, right? And I really just think that FrozenPulse, they had a very decent lineup, in my opinion. 1 tank, heavy utility, a good Rook as well. But what they lacked was the fact that they just didn't have enough teamwork. Maybe the synergy is just falling short in that game there, and I feel that that's a bit of a problem. So Wikicafe, once again, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to be winners of tonight, and we're going for a little bit of a short break. There will not be a game 3. What we will showcase next is going to be a podcast between the captains and myself, and that's going to be a bit of a 15 minutes break that we are going to try and take here. So if you have questions for these teams, do drop them in a Twitch chat, and we will ask, we'll get it recorded. All the VODs, by the way, are going to be uploaded on YouTube. So yeah, that's gonna end the showcase for now. We're gonna have also the podcast next, like I said. So don't go anywhere. Hope you guys enjoyed the cast. I am Babel once again, and have a great evening, guys. See you guys in a while.